Hello friends, this is Girish.M.V, the YouTuber of Plane Crashes Explained. So in this video, I'll be explaining the first crash of Season 2. Season 2 that aired on TV. This is British Airways Flight 5390. A unique crash. A very unique crash. This was basically an emergency landing. It was not a crash. But however, so let's see what happened. So this is a summary. It was basically flying from Heathrow Airport in London to Malacca in Spain. British Airways is perhaps one of the safest airlines ever, with only one fatal accident so far. And also, this. So you might think this was a fatal accident, right? Yep, you'll find out in a few minutes. So it was climbing and it was an altitude of 17,500 feet. And it was 13 minutes after takeoff when suddenly the left windshield separated from the aircraft with a loud bang. Immediately, the captain was blown out of the plane. This was a result of his loosening his lap belt. So otherwise, he would have, of course, not blown out of the aircraft. Also, at the same time, two of his flight attendants clung on to his legs to prevent him being blown out. Sorry, there's a lot of confusion going on here, but sorry for that. Also, at the same time, the co-pilot started making an emergency landing in Southampton, England. It was flying over this Detroit County, I guess. At the same time, the aircraft was experiencing a rapid decompression. Also, at the same moment, since the captain was blown out of the plane, the crew thought he was dead, but still he clung on to his body to prevent him from damaging other parts of the aircraft. The aircraft landed just half an hour after the aircraft took off. So was the captain alive or not? Yes, he was alive. So that was a true miracle, actually. Now let's get right into the animation. This animation is done by Play and Boom, although this animation is off. So here we go. The left windshield separates out of nowhere. Okay. Go still from the beginning. 13 minutes after takeoff. Here we reach the point and here we go. The left windshield separates from the aircraft. You can see the aircraft rapidly begins spiraling out of control. And here we go. The captain is blown out. His captain's name was Tim Lancaster. It was very bad growing wind for him. But it continued on with the captain out the plane. The engines were becoming damaged faster and faster as a result of the rapid decompression that was taking place inside the cabin. Yep, there's no animation of a landing. So yeah, here we go. Basically, so why did this accident happen in the first place? Well, it was all because of poor maintenance. A few hours before this incident, one of the members was a worker was installing incorrectly sized bolts in front of the left windshield, causing it to separate for the events. Now let's see this. Okay, there's no advertisement. So sorry guys, there's a lot of advertisements going on. The date was June 10th, 1990. British Airways Flight 5390 is preparing for a flight from Birmingham, England to Malaga in Spain. The captain is Tim Lancaster, as I told you before, 842 and 11,050 flight hours. You're not going to see the captain dialogue and all. The first officer is Alistair Atkinson, at the age of 39, with 7,500 flight hours. Well, first, it's okay. There are a total of 81 passengers and 6 crew members. The plane has a British Aerospace 111-500 variant. The aircraft takes off Birmingham in England. It says not fly from London's Heathrow Airport. The station was GAAVO, written here. Minutes into the flight, Flight 5390 is nearing its cruising altitude of just 23,000 feet. The plane now has just passed an altitude of 17,000 feet. It suddenly happens, abruptly. The left windshield separates. The plane dives. The left wing funnel had blown out, sucking Captain Lancaster halfway out. The captain's feet had snagged the control column, forcing the plane to dive. The cockpit door was also ripped by the explosive decompression and has blocked the throttle. Yep, this is perhaps one of the worst situations. The first officer, meanwhile, is unable to throttle the plane down for an emergency landing. The captain, meanwhile, is battered by winds blowing at more than 350 miles per hour. So here we go. Flight attendant Niall Logan enters the cockpit and holds onto the captain's legs. Well, Atchison declares an emergency. But the noise in the cockpit prevents Atchison from understanding the replies. The plane is diving into one of the busiest airspace in the world. The first officer Atchison risks colliding with the other aircraft. Fleet Lieutenant John Howard enters the cockpit to help. He removes the cockpit door from blocking the throttles. And he then sits in the jump seat and holds on to the flight attendant Ogden. The flight attendants manage to remove the captain's feet from the control wheel. Well, Atkinson continues to descend rapidly. Also, he wants to descend to an altitude where the air is thicker. Lieutenant Sue Prince and Simon Waters attempt to reassure passengers. The plane descends to 11,000 feet and begins to slow down. The captain's body slides to the side of the plane. Lieutenant Simon Rogers sees the situation for the first time and helps. Lieutenant Ogden is injured and leaves the cockpit. Rogers sits in the jump seat while Howard sits in the captain's seat. The crew decide whether to let Captain Lancaster's body go. First Officer Hutchinson objects. Fears that the body could damage the left wing or engine. The plane is now flying over Heathrow, one of the busiest airports in the world. The wind slowed down. First Officer Hutchinson finally is able to hear a air traffic controller. He asks whether he would like to land in Southampton. First Officer Hutchinson requests Catterick, as he is familiar with the airport. But Southampton is nearer and Hutchinson knows he has to cut. He said that Catterick is the best option. The plane's maps and charts blew out of the cockpit during the explosion. Air traffic controllers have to guide the plane in. Now, so yeah, this is a particularly difficult situation, right? Where the captain is out, and the plane is now turning towards Southampton. As the plane nears Southampton, Hutchinson tells ATC that the captain may be dead. But of course not, right? Otherwise, the fuel-heavy plane might not have enough runway to stop. ATC assures him that the plane has enough runway to stop. The plane is now just moments from touchdown. You can also see the runway right in front of you. Hutchinson faces the most difficult landing in his career and finally lands Flight 5390. In Southampton, England. No. The plane slowed down before the end of the runway. Then it would look great. Now everyone investigation revealed that the plane's left windscreen was replaced the night before the flight, and the mechanic who performed the replacement used the wrong-sized bolts to secure the screen frame. Captain Tim Lancaster returned flying after 5 months. This is the damage done to the aircraft. Okay guys, that's it for today. So see you all in my next video, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell.